Dating can be an exciting adventure. It's a journey of meeting new people, exploring connections, and potentially finding a fulfilling relationship. However, navigating the dating world can also bring challenges. In today's world, dating has evolved with technology and changing social norms. This evolution brings new opportunities and complexities. One crucial aspect of successful dating is setting boundaries. Boundaries are essential for protecting your well-being and ensuring healthy relationships. They are the guidelines that define how you want to be treated and what you will and will not accept from others. Setting boundaries is about respecting yourself and expecting respect from those you interact with. Without clear boundaries, you risk compromising your values, needs, and emotional health. Boundaries are not about controlling others, they are about taking control of your own life and choices. They empower you to make decisions that align with your values and goals. This essay will delve into the importance of boundaries in dating, exploring different types, benefits, and practical tips for implementation. Boundaries are not walls that shut people out, they are fences that protect your personal space and well-being. They allow for healthy and respectful interactions. Just like a fence defines the boundaries of a property, personal boundaries define the limits of acceptable behavior in a relationship. Boundaries are about self-respect and self-preservation. When you establish clear boundaries, you communicate your values and expectations. This sends a strong signal that you value yourself and expect others to do the same. Boundaries also help in preventing misunderstandings and potential conflicts. By clearly defining what you are comfortable with, you reduce the risk of hurt feelings or resentment. It's important to remember that setting boundaries is not selfish. It's about prioritizing your needs and ensuring that your emotional, physical, and mental well-being are respected. Boundaries in dating encompass various aspects of a relationship. They can be physical, emotional, or even digital. Physical boundaries relate to your physical space and intimacy. They involve setting limits on physical touch, sexual activity, and personal space. It's about being clear about what you are comfortable with and communicating it assertively. Emotional boundaries involve protecting your feelings and emotional well-being. This includes setting limits on how much you share about yourself, how you handle conflict, and how you respond to criticism. It's about safeguarding your vulnerability and ensuring that your emotional needs are respected. Digital boundaries are increasingly relevant in the age of online dating and social media. These boundaries define how you interact online, including how often you communicate, what information you share, and how you manage online interactions. It's about protecting your privacy and managing your online presence in a way that feels safe and comfortable. Setting boundaries brings numerous benefits to your dating life and overall well-being. One of the most significant benefits is enhanced self-respect. When you set boundaries, you demonstrate to yourself and others that you value your needs and limits. This act of self-respect fosters a sense of empowerment and self-worth. Boundaries also contribute to healthier relationship dynamics. By setting clear expectations, you create a framework for respectful and equitable interactions. This helps in preventing misunderstandings, resentment, and potential conflicts. When both individuals understand and respect each other's boundaries, the relationship can flourish on a foundation of mutual understanding. Moreover, boundaries foster a sense of self-awareness. When you take the time to define your boundaries, you gain a deeper understanding of your values, needs, and limits. This self-awareness empowers you to make conscious choices that align with your authentic self. Section 5. Overcoming challenges. Fear and societal norms. Setting boundaries can be challenging, particularly in the context of dating. One common obstacle is the fear of rejection. Many people hesitate to set boundaries because they worry that they might push potential partners away. However, it's important to remember that someone who respects you will also respect your boundaries. Societal norms and expectations can also create pressure to conform to certain dating behaviors. Women in particular may face societal pressure to be agreeable and accommodating, which can make it harder to assert their boundaries. It's crucial to recognize that your needs and preferences are valid, regardless of societal expectations. Overcoming these challenges requires a shift in mindset. Remember that setting boundaries is not about being demanding or controlling. It's about communicating your needs and expectations in a respectful and assertive manner. Section 6. Practical tips for establishing boundaries. Setting boundaries effectively involves clear communication and consistent enforcement. Start by identifying your non-negotiables, the values and needs that are absolutely essential for your well-being. These are the areas where you will not compromise. Once you have identified your non-negotiables, communicate them clearly and directly to your potential partner. Be specific about your expectations and what behaviors you will and will not tolerate. For example, if you are not comfortable with late-night calls, state it directly instead of hinting or expecting them to guess. When communicating your boundaries, use I statements to express your needs without blaming or accusing the other person. For instance, instead of saying you should not call me after 10 p.m., you can say I prefer not to receive calls after 10 p.m. as I need my rest. This approach emphasizes your personal preference without sounding accusatory. Section 7. Communicating your boundaries effectively. Effective communication is key to establishing and maintaining boundaries. When you communicate your boundaries, be assertive and direct. This means expressing your needs and limits clearly and confidently. Avoid being passive or aggressive in your communication style. Passivity can lead to your boundaries being overlooked, while aggression can create unnecessary conflict. Find a balance between being firm and respectful. When communicating your boundaries, use I statements to focus on your own feelings and preferences. This helps in avoiding blame or accusations towards the other person. For example, instead of saying you're always late, you can say I feel disrespected when I have to wait for someone. This approach expresses your feelings without attacking the other person. Section 8. Maintaining boundaries. Consistency is key. Setting boundaries is only the first step. Maintaining them consistently is equally crucial. Once you have communicated your boundaries, stick to them firmly. This means not making exceptions or compromising on your non-negotiables. Consistency reinforces your boundaries and sends a clear message that you are serious about them. Remember that your boundaries are there to protect your well-being. Compromising on them can lead to resentment, frustration, and a sense of being taken advantage of. If someone repeatedly violates your boundaries, it's essential to reassert them and consider whether this relationship is right for you. It's also important to be aware of your own boundaries and to communicate any changes or adjustments as needed. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect. It shows that you value yourself and your well-being enough to define limits on how you are treated. When you respect your own boundaries, you teach others to do the same. This fosters a sense of mutual respect and creates a foundation for healthy and fulfilling relationships. On the other hand, neglecting your boundaries can lead to a diminished sense of self-worth and attract relationships that are not based on mutual respect. Remember that you deserve to be treated with respect, and setting boundaries is a powerful way to ensure that you are. Boundaries are not barriers that prevent intimacy. They are guidelines that foster healthy and respectful relationships. When both individuals in a relationship have clear boundaries, they create a space for open communication, mutual understanding, and genuine connection. Boundaries help in preventing misunderstandings, resentment, and conflicts that can arise from unmet expectations. They allow each person to express their needs and preferences without fear of judgment or rejection. In a healthy relationship, both individuals respect each other's boundaries and work together to create a dynamic that supports their individual growth and the growth of the relationship as a whole. Despite your best efforts, there may be times when your boundaries are violated. Recognizing these red flags is crucial for protecting your well-being. If someone repeatedly disrespects your boundaries, dismisses your feelings, or tries to pressure you into doing things you are not comfortable with, these are clear red flags. It's essential to pay attention to these signs and to address them assertively. If the behavior continues despite your efforts to communicate your boundaries, it may be necessary to reevaluate the relationship. Remember that you deserve to be with someone who respects you and your limits. Setting boundaries in dating is an act of self-empowerment. It is about taking control of your life, choices, and well-being. Boundaries are not about controlling others, they are about defining how you want to be treated and what you will and will not accept. By setting clear boundaries, you create a foundation for healthy, respectful, and fulfilling relationships. You demonstrate self-respect, protect your emotional well-being, and create a space for genuine connection. Embrace the power of boundaries and step into the dating world with confidence and self-assuredness.